So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Rams offense getting the football back here. This is a unit that is 11-1, this Rams team, Charles. They've won 3 straight, and they clinched the NFC West last week with a victory over Detroit. First time that they've had back-to-back division titles since winning 7 straight from 73 to 79.
How about that? That takes us back a ways. They were absolutely dominant during that time, but never won a Super Bowl, which was the one failure that they had during that stretch. But this team, they've got a chance to win the Super Bowl. They have all the pieces in place. They didn't.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here we go. It's Gurley going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So far, we haven't looked back to what Pittsburgh did last week, so before their offense comes out here, let's discuss that loss to the Chargers. Even though the Steeler fans don't want to hear it, well, that was their largest blown lead at home in Steeler history.
I still can't believe this number or these statistics. 174-0-1 at home with at least a 16-point lead prior to that game. That's absolutely unbelievable, but let's give credit where credit's due. Did Pittsburgh actually blow the game, or did the Chargers come back and take it? Because I thought they did an excellent job in the second half. Now, here's the thing for Pittsburgh. Their lead over the Baltimore Ravens in their division down to just half a game as the sprint to the finish begins.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger to the right side and complete to Washington. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Focus. Back 30. Double bump. Jack 16.
Roethlisberger. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. On that incompletion, since we're hitting the home stretch of the regular season here, wanted to talk about some of the sack leaders on the defensive side of the football. Not too many surprises, really, if you look at the top 7 or so. Aaron Donald, he's number 1 right now, 16.5 sacks.
That just tells you the greatness of Aaron Donald, that it's not a surprise to us that he leads in sacks, yet he's mainly a defensive tackle. Usually those guys are not on the top of the leaderboard. It's usually defensive ends and outside linebackers. Some of the other names in there, of course, Von Miller, he's 2nd, and Chandler Jones right behind him. J.J. Watt, Jason Pierre-Paul, Myles Garrett, and Danielle Hunter also chasing that number. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Super 66. Louis.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
180.
From the gun, here's Goff. And got a man, it's Woods. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
12 more yards there and another first down. From the red zone now, gone. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Like 80.
Second and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. There defensively was John Johnson to knock it free. And the Steelers on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they'll get him down up past the 15. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. It may be all of that. I still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Like 30. Quarter. Let's get off the field.
Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And big bit intercepted a 3rd time. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.